of the earth has waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacy. Okay, and when it says that committed fornication with her, meaning that these other nations has taken the policies, the American policies, man, the ways of America, the culture of America, which is straight up wickedness, man. All right. So what? They they have, for all nations has drunk of the wine of her fornication, and the kings of the earth has committed fornication with her. All right. And it says once again, let me read that again. Revelation chapter 18, verse 3, and it says, for all nations has drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, and the kings of the earth has committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth as wicks are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacy. So all these other nations has committed fornication with this harlot. All right, America, and that's why America is known as a harlot, a whore. Okay, because she has what, slept with all these other nations, man. All right, all these nations has taken the ways of America. You see, you know, has drunken the wine, all right, of the wrath, has drunken the wine of the wrath of her fornication, taking the ways of her, right? But we have to point that these other nations are mad drunk for taking the ways of this place. So let me go to real quick the book of Jeremiah, and the book of Jeremiah, and verse 7, Jeremiah chapter 51 and verse 7, it says, Babylon has been a golden cup in the Lord's hand. And it says that made all the earth drunken. The nation has drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad. And we have to point that these other nations are mad for taking the ways, okay, in taking the American policies, man. And that's why they're gonna come against America. You see? Yeah, definitely, man. Actually, let me get that. In Obadiah chapter 1. Obadiah chapter 1 and verse 7, it says, all the men of thy confederacy, all right, all these nations that are in confederacy with confederacy, right? All right, all the allies of America, they're gonna come against thee, man. They're gonna come against America. So it says, all the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee has deceived thee, and prevailed against thee. They that eat thy bread has laid a wound under thee. There is none understanding in him. You see? And that's what's going to happen. That these nations are going to come against America. Okay? Because they what? They became drunk and they're mad. All right? For taking the ways of America. So it says, for all the nation has drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, and the kings of the earth has committed fornication with her. All right, they slept with America. Okay. And it says, and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacy. And because of taking the American ways, all right, America became this big, great consumer. America's this great consumer, and all these nations making money from America, man. Especially a great example would be Japan. Okay, a lot of these things that you have out here in America, because America is a great corporation, right? But Japan has become rich, okay, and became this empire economic powerhouse through America, man. You see, and I mean you can do a lot of history too as well. This is a lot of our articles that you can get into. All right, that that proves this, man. And Lord willing, I might do a lesson, man. I'm gonna have to get into it. All right, bring out some certain articles that proves that all these nations, including Japan, became rich. Okay, all right, they became rich through the abundance of her delicacies, man. Okay, because once again, like I said, America's this great consumer. All right, shoot, you got most of these cars out here in America that they come from Japan, man. But let me just keep on going. I'm gonna finish it out here in a little bit. Verse 4. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, Come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, that ye receive not of her plagues. All right, that ye not be partakers of her sins. And the greatest sin that America did was put the children of Israel in captivity. All right. So now when it says that I heard another voice from heaven saying, Come out of her, my people, that's talking about when the elect are going to be delivered. All right, when America's going to be destroyed. Okay, it's going to be like in the last moment when you start to see the missiles. All right, come down on America, and then Yahweh Shah and all the angels are going to deliver the elect that's going to be here in America, man. Okay. Matter of fact, let's get that real quick. In the book of 1 Thessalonians chapter 4, and verse 16, it says, For the Lord himself shall descend from heaven with a shout, and with the voice of the archangel, and with the trumpet of the Most High. And the dead in Hamashiach shall rise first. Then we, which are alive and remain, shall be caught up together with them in the clouds. All right. To meet the Lord in the air, so shall we ever be with the Lord. Okay, and that's gonna be what? All right, which is gonna be at the last trumpet, man. Okay. At the last moment, when you see the chariots, all right, when you see the chariots destroying this place, okay, the Lord is going to have angels destroying this place, and then he's going to have other angels on the chariots that's going to deliver the elect, okay? But at the last moment, when the missiles are coming, all right, the elect are going to be delivered. So going back to Revelation chapter 18, verse 3, Salakia, verse 4. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, Come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins. And the greatest sin of America is what? For putting the children of Israel in captivity. And that's the reason why that's why America is going to pay, because of the controversy of Zion. And it says, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues. All right, being destroyed by those nuclear missiles, man, and being destroyed by the chariots of the Lord, the so-called UFOs. Verse 5: For her sins has reached unto heaven, and the Most High Yahweh has remembered her iniquity, and the Lord has never forgot about all the things, all the evil that America has done unto the children of Israel, and what America has done throughout the whole world. You see? And it says, reward her. It says, reward her. It says, Salakia, reward her even as she rewarded you. So whatever that America did unto us, we're going to reward her. And it says, and double unto her according to her works. All right? It says, double unto her, double according to her works. So whatever America did unto the children of Israel, whatever America did to the children of Israel, we're going to do unto them. We're going to do unto who? The Edomites. Okay? But it's going to be double. All right? You reap what you sow, man. All right, let me get a few scriptures just to back that up. Revelations chapter 13, and now verse 10, it says, I'm going to start at verse 9. If any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. All right, America put the children of Israel in captivity, so you're going to go into captivity, right? It says, he that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience in the face of the saints, right? Let me just get another one real quick. This is the book of Colossians chapter 3 and verse 25. And it says, but he that doeth wrong shall receive for the wrong which he hath done. And there is no respect of persons. You see that? So what the wrongs that you did unto the children of Israel, you touch the children of Israel, it's like touching the apple of the Lord's eye. Okay? You see that? So for the wrong that you did unto the children of Israel, it's gonna come back and hunt you. All right? The wrong is gonna be done unto you. Okay? So going back to Revelation chapter 18, and it says, verse 6, reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her, double according to her works, and the cup which she has filled to her double. And that cup, when you go into, I'm not going to bring it out, when you go into the book of Lamentations chapter 4, all right, Lamentations chapter 4 and verse 20 and 21, it's talking about the cup of captivity, the cup of slavery, okay? So it says, fill to her even double, all right? And it says, verse 7, how much she has glorified herself and lived deliciously, all right, let me say that again. How much she has glorified herself and lived deliciously, so much torment and sorrow give her. For she says in her heart, I said a queen, and am no widow, and shall see no sorrow. All right, because that's what, that's why America is known as a great whore. She says a queen. All right, and that's funny too, because queen, when you look up the word queen, it means to be a harlot, a prostitute. Okay, so America's this great whore, this great harlot. And it says, I said a queen and am no widow. Because America thinks that they're going to keep on thriving, that they're going to keep on making their money, that they're going to keep on thriving and keep on enduring to the end. And that these nations are going to be dealing with America, you see? But it says, and shall see no sorrow, and America thinks that they're never going to be destroyed, right? Okay. But verse 8, and it says, therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burned with fire. For strong is the Lord of power who judges her. And those plagues is talking about, once again, the plagues is coming upon America, okay? It's talking about these nuclear missiles and the fact that Yahweh is coming to invade this place, man. But verse 8, it says, therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death, mourning, and famine, and she shall utterly burn with fire. For strong is the Lord power who judges her. You see, the eyes of the Lord are upon the sinful kingdom. Okay. Verse 9, and the kings of the earth who has committed fornication and live deliciously with her shall bewail her and lament for her, when they shall see the smoke of her burning. And all these nations are going to see the smoke of her burning, because one thing about the destruction of America, it's going to be televised. All right, televised, man. You're gonna, all these other nations on the eastern hemisphere, okay, they're gonna see the destruction of America, man, televised. All right, and they're gonna what? It says the kings of the earth who committed fornication and lived deliciously with her, Japan to be an example, shall bewail her and lament for her, when they shall see the smoke of her burning, standing afar off, for the fear of her torment, saying, at last, that great city Babylon, that mighty city, for in 1 hour is thy judgment come. And it's gonna literally take 1 hour for the Lord to take out this place, man. And all these nations going to see it. All the nations that committed fornication with her, that lived deliciously with her, are going to be welling. Because why? They're not going to be making their money anymore. You see, they're not going to make their money anymore. So they are going to mourn. And it says, and the merchants of the earth shall weep and mourn over her, right? The merchants of the earth, all these nations are going to be weeping because they're not going to make their money anymore. Okay? And it says, and the merchants of the earth shall weep and mourn over her, for no man buys their merchandise anymore. Nobody else is going to be buying these other nations' merchandise, right? And it says, the merchandise of gold and silver and precious stones and of pearls and fine linen, purple and silk and scarlet and all fine wood and all matter vessels of ivory and all matter vessels of most precious wood and of brass and iron and marble and cinnamon and odor and ointments and frank incense and wine, oil, fine flour, wheat, beasts, sheep, and horses and chariots. The modern day chariots is talking about the cars. Japan they make a lot of money. They became rich through the fact that America buys Japan's automobile. So it says, and chariots and slaves and souls of men, and the fruits that thy soul lusteth after are depart from thee, and all things which were dainties and goodly are depart from thee, and thou shalt find them no more at all. The merchants of these things, which were made rich by her, shall stand afar off for the fear of her torment, weeping and wailing, and saying, at last, that great city that was clothed in fine linen, and purple, and scarlet, and decked with gold, and precious stones, and pearls. For in 1 hour, so great riches came to none. All right, and that's exactly what's going to happen, man. How many people thought, how many people was going to think in that time that America will never come to its destruction, man? You see, they're going to be surprised, man. Weeping and mourning. Weeping and mourning. Okay, saying, wow, America, astonished. You can already imagine, man. All these people in this in the eastern hemisphere, looking on the TVs, cause it's going to be televised. Got all these news out here, right? They're gonna just be looking at the TV like, wow, this place actually came to its destruction. Okay, you know, it's gonna be the greatest thing ever to see, man. And for us, it's gonna be the greatest thing ever. We're going to be rejoicing. We're gonna drink. We're gonna have a drink. All right, when the destruction of America comes, man. So it says, verse 17 again, it says, for in 1 hour so great riches is come to none, and every shipmaster and all the company in ships and sailors and as many as trade by sea stood afar off and cried when they saw the smoke of her burning, saying, what city is like unto this great city? And they cast dust over their heads and cried, weeping and wailing, saying, at last. And now when it says that they cast dust over their heads, which that represents, to mourn. Okay, when you cast dust over your head, it represents to mourn. Okay, these nations are gonna be mourning. That's what I'm talking about, Barakati Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah, man. We can't wait for this time to come, man. It's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be the talk throughout history. Okay? Amazing. And it says, and they cast dust on their heads and cry, weeping, wailing, saying, at last, that great city within were made rich all that had ships in the sea by reason of her costliness. And this place, America, is very costly, man. Everything in this place is overpriced. The food, all right? Especially now, as we're coming into hyperinflation. Things are gonna get even. Things are going to get even more costly. So it says, for in 1 hour she is made desolate. Rejoice over her, thou heaven, and ye holy apostles and prophets, for the Most High have avenged you on her. You see that? Ooh. You know, the Lord is doing this because of what? The controversy of Zion, man. Because of what this place has done unto the children of Israel. So we are going to be rejoicing. The angels are going to be rejoicing. Okay? And it says, and a mighty angel took up a stone like a great millstone. All right? And cast it into the sea, saying, thou with violence shall that great city Babylon be thrown down, and shall be found no more at all. And that great millstone is metaphorically speaking about the missiles, man. Okay? You see? As you can see right now, great millstone is destroying America spiritually, right? All right? You know, just, I guess you can say it's an inside joke, right? But it's a happy statement. But verse 22, and it says, and the voice of harpers and musicians and pipers and trumpeters shall be heard no more at O&D. These, you know, all these entertainers out here, okay, all these these artists, these musicians, okay, Beyonce, Jay-Z, and so on and so forth. You're not gonna hear of these people anymore, man. All right. And it says once again, the voice of harpers and musicians and of pipers and trumpeters shall be heard no more at all in thee. No craftsman, or whatsoever craft he be, shall be found any more in thee. And the sound of a millstone shall be heard no more at all in thee. Now when it says, and the sound of a millstone shall be heard no more at all in thee, all right, that's going into how America likes to go around throughout the whole world in the name of democracy and dropping bombs all over the place. That's over, man. Okay? America's not dropping any more bombs after this. Verse 23, and it says, and the light of a candle shall shine no more at all in thee. All right, your philosophy, all right, your ways, your philosophies, the American policies, that's over. Okay? People being Americanized, that's over. Why? Because the nation of Israel is coming back into power. And we're gonna bring back the old ways, the ways of righteousness, okay, back on the planet Earth. All right, the ways of the nation of Israel. All right, the ways of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shah. All right, it's not really our ways; it's the ways of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shah. It's just that we're going to be the image of the Lord on the place on the planet Earth, man. Okay. And it says, and the light of a candle shall shine no more at all in thee, and the voice of the bridegroom and of the bride shall be heard no more at all in thee. For thy merchants were the great men of the earth, for by thy sorceries were all nations deceived. All these nations were deceived by these sorceries of Esau, Edom, of America, right? And a good one, a good example would be Hollywood. Okay, in Hollywood, you got nothing but a whole bunch of warlocks and witches. Okay, and it says, and in her was found the blood of prophets and of saints and of all that were slain upon the earth. All right, and that's talking about the Israelites, right? We came over here, we served captivity, we had to be punished here in America, okay? And it's more punished, and it's more, persecution that we're gonna be dealing with, okay? That that we're still here in America, right? You see? But that's talking about the Israelites. Verse 24 once again, and in her was found the blood of the prophets. The prophets are gonna be murderers here in America, man. Okay? for the testimony of Yahushua. And it says, in her was found the blood of the prophets and of the saints and of all that was slain upon the earth, right? You know, there you have it, man. There you have it. Lord willing that, Lord willing that was a good, edifying lesson concerning the book of Revelation chapter 18, man. Okay? But there you have it. If you don't know that America is Babylon the Great, you should know now. Okay? But go do your own history, right? You gotta go do your own history so you can find out. Alright? You gotta convince your own self. Let every man convince his own self. You see? But like I said, man, Lord willing that this lesson was edifying as well as uplifting, exalting unto the faithful, the hopeful elect out there, man. Brothers and sisters out there that's taking this truth seriously and that's hearkening unto the voice of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. Alright, and with that, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua Bahashem Harakakodash, and as always, giving double honors unto the elders and apostles of great millstone that taught us this truth, and unto the brothers and sincere brothers, prophets that is pushing out the gospel throughout the four corners of the world. Shalom, go unto you brothers as well too, man, and honors go to you brothers, man, as you still doing the works of the Lord. But peace and blessing be unto the elect, the house of David, that the Lord is raising up in these last days. All right, and with that, shalom and salakia. But hey, Ababa Baal, which means destruction to Ababa Baal, destruction America. All right, Babylon the Great. Okay, Ababa Baal was just destruction. All right, Babylon. Okay, and Wa Kwam Yashar Allah, and raise, Israel. And with that, shalom.